Alright guys, I'm back again. This is the team I plan on using in terms of just being a magic team. I think this is going to do better than the wind team, but we'll see. Actually, I have to finish up this one golem raid. So let's do that. That should be pretty quick and easy. And then we'll just go in and finish the rest off. The rest of our stack. Hoping to at least make it to level 50 by the end of day 1. I'm still on day 1, by the way. And I will probably combine this with some stuff from tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's still on auto, and we still have Howlett using the bells first turn, so I think that's already pretty good. So, looks like Medina hit with a flare. So looks like they mean business. So we'll see what happens in the next actual full raid. So I'll run the first one, and then if they do pretty well, I'll just fast forward through the rest. And hopefully I can still one shot for around 10 more at least. So let's hop into this one and see how they do. Solo play. And I'll just run it from there. Medina going for the flare right away. Garble actually hitting Golem, so it's looking promising. Jamming thrust as I expected. Flare. He's already down 1/4 of his HP. And Garvel's gonna clean up the mobs.
How do you like this?
Another flare. Huge hit from Howlett. And I think this is going pretty well. A huge hit from Adelard. So, I think the only issue that I might have is being able to chain and do that crazy chain bonus. So they're doing good damage already. I just don't know how long this is going to sustain. So it looks like we'll have 6 or 7 turns left at the end of this one. So 7. So that sounds pretty good. Hopefully that doesn't change much over the next few levels, so we're gonna see what happens. Let's fast forward going from here. Alright guys, so that was actually the last one on the stack. That was level 46. So a couple of things. First thing was that I noticed Howlett was actually on Siren. I guess I left them on that from before. Or maybe, I guess Ichtola was in that spot, so she had Siren. So I changed them to Cactuar, and it looks like they started doing a little bit better after that. They're still doing pretty good. I didn't actually quite see what the last turns remaining was, but I think I should be able to at least go to about level 55 or so. Oh, and the other thing was, on the raid itself, there was an issue that it didn't show the first time is free message. So it was showing 4 out of 5 energy, but it was still free. So I was a little scared that they actually changed it to, you know, a certain limit would only be free, but it looks like it's like some kind of visual glitch, and it's still going to be free for those first runs. So there's nothing to worry about there, thankfully. So what I'm gonna do is actually, I'm just gonna run the FFBE event right now and try to, you know, build up another queue of encounters, go up to 10, and hopefully we'll be able to get to level 55 or so. So hopefully that works out. So I'm gonna go do that, and I will skip it for you guys. Alright you guys, we have amassed 10 more raids. So I am going to set these to run automatically, and I'll see you guys at the end of these runs. Alright, so actually I just did two shots in a row, and I was kind of looking at the second one, and it seems like the issue is Garvel is kind of going after the elementals and just wasting a ton of turns. So at this point, I'm going to switch to Ildira. What I'll do actually is I'll switch Adelard for Ildira, since they have the same Esper Resonance. And so actually what I'll do is I'll give her the Water Ring and something else. Maybe Phoebe's hat. So just to make sure on the positioning, I'm gonna change Ildira with Howlet. I think that actually should be good. Then Garble will be in the second slot, and Howlet will be down there with Medina. So let's try that out and see how that works. Okay, so it's looking like I'm mostly in 2-shot range right now. I spent all my energy. What it looks like is happening is that the elementals are taking away basically all sorts of aggro. So I tried changing some people around. I tried powering up Garvel a bit. It seems like the more I change, the worse things kind of got. So I'm not really entirely sure what I can do more for auto. So at this point, it's already getting late, so I'm probably going to stop here for now. But I'm pretty much done with all my solo auto runs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run everything manually for a while to see if I could start one-shotting. And it's going to get to a point where I can't one-shot automatically. So I will probably manual one run. And if I can't beat that, I'll just auto the second run. So that way, that's how I'll keep myself sane from having to grind out so much, not having to do 2 runs per level. So I'm gonna try that and see how that works. I think I have 2 encounters. So that allows me to kind of just try that out right now. And I haven't had the chance to use Garvel manually, so I will switch back to Garvel. And also the resonance on Adelard's Esper is with Ifrit. It's the best combination I could do with all the magic Espers. So what I'm going to do is switch this back to Mind Flayer, and I think that will give me a better layout. So one other thing to try to change is the positions of each unit. I'm not really sure what is going to help in what spots, so I'll just leave it like that for now and just run it manually. Alright, actually, let me actually change it to turn manual off. Oh, here. And I should be able to embark for free, and that's what I was saying about that glitch, that it's showing the energy instead of first try is free, so something is wrong with that. Alright, let's see. Medina, can you Cosmo Plume? No, you cannot. So I'll just stand about here and I'll flare.
This battle shall be ours.
And with Ildira, I probably want to start out by just hitting a holy onto Golem himself.
All according to calculation.
And then maybe next turn start doing more AoE damage to the elementals. Howlett's gonna revitalize, so I'll just revitalize him and not move.
Don't think poorly of me.
And so, Garvel, I'm gonna need you to get into range, and I'm gonna let this recommend the strongest attack for me, and I think that's actually pretty good. So now Howlett, I think I want him to do Drain and Evocation. That's something he wouldn't do because I have it disabled, but it's gonna lower slash resistance. No, it's gonna increase his resistance piercing. So that's good. Okay, so now it looks like these guys are lining up for Eldira, and I'll just try to hit whatever I can the most with one hit, or maybe the Cosmo Plume will hit one of them. No. So Medina is just gonna flare again. I'm just gonna bring out the heavy duty attacks as fast as I can, and Eldira should be able to do a nice little level 3 with Turga here. And I think that's the point that the auto suffers. So I think as long as I keep going with this, I think I should be able to one-shot this. We'll see. So, but at this point, I'm pretty much in the range where I will be two-shotting. So I sort of just expect to, oh, that doesn't do damage. I sort of just expect to keep two-shotting. If I do one shot, that would be nice, but I'm expecting to two-shot. I think for this, I'll probably go with, well, they actually recommend Blizzard, so I'll go with Blizzard. And Blizzard is a super fast cast, so that's good. And now I kind of want to bring Indira back. Yeah, it doesn't look like I could hit both. So maybe I'm going to try to lure this guy up here. Step back over here maybe. And hit him with a holy. Hit Golem with a holy. Okay. So, yeah, this is bad. I may just go with a normal attack. Medina suggesting Blizzaga, so maybe it's a matter of how fast it casts. But look, Howlett's hitting for 7,000. I think that's harder than he was hitting before.
How do you like this?
And I don't know, this is looking kind of iffy. So I'm gonna keep attacking Golem directly. That's 3,000. Holy is a little less, but still 3,000. Oh crap. Oh no, okay. I thought I was hitting Eldira there for a second. So I think at this point I can auto the rest. Because there's no other enemies to attack. And it looks like if I do get it, it'll just be barely.
All according to calculation.
Oh no, and I barely miss. So at this point, I think what I'll do is I'll keep auto two-shotting. So I'm stuck in two-shot range no matter what I do. But level 54 is not bad. Was it 54? Level 54 is not that bad for the first day. So tomorrow morning I'll have 5 more energy. So I'll be able to just do my 5 runs in the morning, no problem. Throughout the day I might do a couple more, and then at night before I go to bed I have 5 more. So I should be able to do 10 relatively easy tomorrow. If I kind of plan that out a little bit, I should have more than 10. So we'll see where we end up tomorrow. And this is going to be an easy one, but that's going to use up our energy. So, you know, it counts as part of the 10. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it there for now, and I'll be back tomorrow. Hey guys, we're back here, and there's a few things I decided to change due to some advice I got. I disabled jamming thrust and resistance break on Adelard in hopes that he'll actually start off with an Imperil and with a D-Shell. I don't know if he's smart enough to use D-Shell on his own, but I'm going to try and see what he does. Medina also, I put her on Green Mage as well. Actually, no I didn't, but I will put her now. Oops. So, in hopes that she'll also use D-Shell. Actually, I think I probably have to power up her D-Shell. But somehow I have a feeling that neither of them will actually use D-Shell, because there's really nothing to differentiate between using D-Shell and using D-Protect. So I may just run this, and I may have to just disable D-Protect for both of them after this run. So hopefully, I'm just going to jump in and see what happens. I'm going to just run it on auto. And if we don't one-shot this, then I'll try to run it manual and see if I can manually one-shot it. But I have a feeling that we're probably like too close to the edge right now. I mean, it could definitely make the difference, but I just have a feeling that it's not really going to go as planned.
Don't think poorly of me.
How do you like this?
I didn't see what he actually casted. So what I'll do is actually, maybe I'll just
Take that.
try to turn off auto right before Adelar goes. Oh, looks like he's over here casting Ruin. Okay, so I'll let everyone else auto. Then I could check Adelar to see what skills he used up already. It looks like they're all using Ruin. So he hasn't used Imperil, but it looks like he plans to. Ruin, he used Ruin twice, so he's using Ruin. I don't really want them casting Ruin, but I guess if it's the strongest attack, you guys might as well cast it, right? Should probably lower this volume. Okay, so there he goes with the reflex. So it looks like he's using Ruin on these guys. I'm not sure if that's better than anything else. Well, it's probably better than Jamming Thrust. Or it's probably not better than Jamming Thrust. So, but since he doesn't have Jamming Thrust enabled, he's not able to use it. Okay, so it looks like they just completely did terribly. Alright, so I'm just going to run it again on auto. And then after that, I'll just run it manually. Looking for my headphones right now. I don't see them. Oh, they're all around my neck. Alright, so I'm just going to run it on auto again. And another thing I probably want to consider is switching out the vision cards. Let's see, Odin and Chocobo maybe. Let's see if we can figure something out better than that. Everyone's a different type. We already have magic attack up. Alright, let's just run it and let them take care of business. So I'm kind of wondering also if I just disable Ruin, what they'll do, because it looks like they just their AI just wants to attack and not necessarily use Green Mage because they're not primarily Green Mages. Which is, I think it's like the weirdest thing about the AI in this game, is that they'll just use their primary moves. Unless, it's weird because in guild battle, I can get Adelard and Salir to heal, even though it's their secondary job. And then once they get close, they start using attack moves, which makes sense. But here, Usually when they're already close, they just use attack moves and they just go berserk. And even if you disable all their moves, they'll just start manually attacking, and it's just like, what? What are you doing? Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do is just run it myself and, you know, use Imperil, use Deshell, and see how much that helps, if at all, and probably just ignore the elementals. I'm hoping to just, I think even that last night when I ran it with Eldira, I think I wasted too many turns trying to AoE the elementals for no reason. I'm trying to think what can benefit, if I take Odin off as an example, what can benefit everyone. I mean, I guess AP consumption might help. You know, fire will only help Adelard, wind will only help Howlet. I do have ice up. I'm trying to think if I have multiple mages of the same type, but I don't think I do. Light Eater. We would need Earth Eater. Not sure if there's any Earth Eater cards. Maybe critical hit. Something critical hit related. Maybe a bestowed magic card. Maybe this. Give someone Shadow Flare. That might work. Ice attack up. I mean, maybe, I guess Medina's like super strong, so giving her ice attack up might help a lot. Critical hit rate up. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I believe actually I could just use Cactuar. Or critical hit. AGI up. I mean, I wouldn't mind putting that on Medina. I could try that out. I have Soul of Tamasa already on. Howlet. What if I made another +3 Soul of Tamasa? Everyone's got their weapon equipped. Alright, so let me turn off auto and try to run this on manual. So the other thing that's annoying is that Medina's Limit Burst, it gives ice resistance down, which is good, but, you know, well, actually, I could do that first turn. Can I? No. So the thing is, the elemental doesn't get close enough until way later, so probably better to just use Flare. And I completely forgot to Deshell. So for Howlet here, guess I have to use Drain Invocation or Arrowblade. No, Aeroga doesn't reach, so Drain Invocation, I guess. So that's gonna increase his slash attack piercing rate. And I'll have Adelard cast the Imperil to start off with. Yeah, so that should go through. So that should imperil all of his stats. So what I'll do with Garvel is, if I can hit him with anything, I'm going to see what his resistances are. So -10 on wind. So I'll just Detonation Blast.
Teach you a lesson.
How do you like this?
I mean, it looks like we're doing good damage so far. I'm gonna hit up with another flare. So now that these guys are coming closer, then maybe I'll try a Cosmo Plume. But other than that, I think I need to stick with this attack here. Lower his wind resistance. And I'll try a D-shell. Not sure how I feel about that, but this is because I feel like it's taking too long to do. But there's the flare, Stonera, and maybe I could get closer for a detonation blast. Over here, maybe? Yeah.
I won't hold back.
This is just so those guys stop annoying the hell out of me. And so with Medina, I'll probably move here and do a Cosmo Plume. But actually, she can't even do it, so I'll just go for the Blizzaga. And Howlet will just keep doing Aeroga Blade. Right. Gaining location, Aeroga Blade. So 11 actions left. Looks like we're doing pretty good damage. So actually I forgot to check the Imperil. We still have the Imperil. We still have Jamming Thrust. So I might Jamming Thrust here. 4470. Yeah, everything is definitely down. Yeah, I'm running out of time. Nope, Jamming Thrust is the better one. So actually, yeah, with manual, it's a lot more doable. I just don't get how I'm supposed to chain with this, or I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be doing anything extra. But to me, it seems like I'm just doing magic damage and not chaining. It's doing good damage. It just feels so weird. So maybe I'll try to hit the Tetrasulfid with Medina, and maybe that'll chain with Howlet. So I mean, it looks like this is working either way. 6 turns left. So I think the Imperil definitely helped. I'm not sure how much the D-Shell helped, but the Imperil definitely helped. So I think that's a pretty decent strategy. So I guess what I'll try is to see if I could get Adelard to Imperil. So I'm gonna disable Ruin on both of them. I don't know why Medina was casting Ruin, but I'll disable Ruin. And then I'll see if that helps them do anything else. I'll disable it for multi. Whoops. Maybe disable Deprotect as well, because nobody's doing physical attacks. Vitalize, I don't really want him to vitalize. Imperil. Actually, I forgot to use Bells with Howlet, but it didn't seem like he needed it. I guess he doesn't really need it when it comes to when he's with a team of 4. So, alright, that looks like it's disabled already. The cell might be disabled actually. No, okay. So that's good. I do still want him to cast. Well, now, see if I turn on Jamming Thrust, he's not gonna try to do anything else. So I'm curious right now. He's probably gonna. He'll probably use Imperil on his own without any issue. But in terms of the other stuff, it feels so random. The shell should be on. Deprotect off. Vitalize off. Dispel off. Well, Dispel might actually help. So I'll leave that on. I doubt she'll use it with the right timing. Because it does look like Golem has a buff where he raises his defense and spirit. But I really doubt that she'll use it at the right time. So again, I'm just trying to see if I can one-shot on auto. If I could set this up for the next maybe like 5-10 levels, then and get an auto one-shot, that would be great. But for right now, I will be playing on manual if that doesn't work. So he's gonna revitalize regardless. So Adelard is doing some kind of nonsense over here. Okay, he did the Imperil. That's good.
How do you like this?
I'm not sure if Flare and the non-elemental attacks are affected by Imperil.
You endure this.
And here's Medina with the Cosmo Plume, basically to nobody. That was a waste. That was a waste of like 69 AP. So maybe if I disable that. But here comes Adelard. He's probably going to do another Imperil. And he is just a wizard here with that reflex. And he probably should have imperiled the two elementals there that are next to each other. But hey, what do I know? I'm just one guy.
Can you endure this?
And this is becoming my biggest problem, is these stupid elementals. And just them going for it and wasting like 4 turns. So I think what I might do is I will just run this on manual because they're just not going to do what I want them to do.
Can you endure this?
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, I'm not sure if I needed the D-shell. So even without the D-shell, like with the D-shell and not going after the elementals, without the D-shell and not going after the elementals, I think I should be able to just do it. Well, I guess I have to finish up this second run, but I should be able to just do it and finish that up. It looks like I'm gonna have to do manual. So right now, my mindset is if I can do manual and still, you know, clear 1 raid per run, then I am golden and I can keep going without having to use energy.
Can you endure this? Well, I suppose
Okay,
it's
so,
nothing to worry about.
well, I guess it was the Golem moved into the right position, but it looks like now she's using Cosmo Plume the right way, but I don't plan to see that happen anywhere anytime soon. The thing too is I can disable Cosmo Plume, but I kind of don't want to because then I'm gonna go into multi and I'm gonna forget that it's disabled, and then she's not gonna use it, and then it'll just slow down any farming runs that I do in the future just because I'll completely forget. Alright, so I'm just gonna go in here and do my thing manually, so let's see what happens. And actually, I'm kind of already seeing people do these level 99 runs, and they seem to have like a similar magic team. I haven't really tried exactly what they're suggesting, but like something just feels off, because it feels like I'm doing the same thing. Something feels off that I should be doing more damage somehow. But then again, I haven't really looked at their runs in depth at all. So maybe it's just something that I didn't set up properly. And also they probably just have whoever it is just taking out the elementals pretty quickly. And I think that's really the key thing, is to not get distracted by them. And if you could get the AI not to get distracted by the elementals, then you could be golden for this very easily. Alright, so I think between that attack and the other one, I think I should be good. And I'm gonna try to just... What is resistance break, actually? Lower spirit. He does lower spirit. Oh my god. Okay. That's amazing. So actually, I should turn on resistance break, because that's, at that point, that's better than D-protect or D-shell. I should turn off D-shell, turn on spirit break, resistance break, and well, that's what it's suggesting, so I'll just use that. And I think he'll actually be doing way better because of that. So now is a good time to use the Cosmo Plume, but it is nowhere in sight. So I think I would rather just... Okay, the Blizzard is actually super strong. I was gonna drain, but the Blizzard is super strong, so why not use the Blizzard? So Howlet here doing for 8,000 damage, that is really good. So D-Shell will not be needed anymore. So I think actually for Imperil here, I might just recast it, because it just seems like a great time to do that. And no, I don't want to attack that guy. That's just to keep the elemental resist down. So guys, if you have a red mage, resistance break is really good. Alright, so 7 turns left. So that's actually really, really good. So if we stick to the manual run, I think we'll do good. But I actually do want to try to re-enable resistance break on Adelard and see if he uses it, because if he does, that would make things so much easier. If he did that in an Imperil, ooh baby, they would do so good. So we're here at level 58 now, and let's just re-enable. Yeah, so actually my friend was telling me Adelard has a spirit down. I was like, yeah, he has D-Shell. But no, I think he meant resistance break. So I think resistance break is going to be the better move, because it does damage and it lowers the spirit. So let's go to resistance break and see if we can max that. Deals 2 hit damage to target and lower spirit for 3 turns. Upgrade me. Upgrade me. Oh, he's so close to maxing that, but he can't. So resistance break is going to be the way to go. And for Medina, I think I'm going to put her back onto red mage, onto black mage. I just kind of saw ninja there. I'm just like, maybe ninja. Heal ton. But that's physical damage. Alright, so I'll just leave it on that. I don't think I'm missing anything else from here, right? Ruin. I don't think Ruin's going to help anything. So I'll just set her to black mage. And I feel like I had to re-enable something on Adelard. So I disabled Ruin. I left them on green mage. Okay, so I'll just let this run and see what it does. But even if I lose this one, I'll just do it on manual. So basically, I'm just using my energy as just like a chance to experiment and see if the auto can figure it out for me. So if Adelard doesn't really do anything great, I may just take control back. So he'll start with the Imperil for sure.
How do you like this?
And I'm kind of like, now that Adelard is sort of very useful, maybe I don't want him in that top spot. Maybe I want to, because I think the AI is going to want to keep moving up there, so whoever's the closest is going to be the one moving up there. And he actually hit the Imperil the right way this time. Not sure if... Okay, and she's going to go for the Blizzard up on the other guy. So maybe Adelard will do a resistance break here, hopefully. I don't think he has enough for another Imperil. He just cast an Imperil. Imperil is fine, but let me stop it here and do the resistance break. Blizzard. So she used the Cosmo Plume, so I don't know why she did that on a single target. I really don't get that, when she could have just done Blizzard. So resistance break, he doesn't even have enough to do it. Alright, I'm just gonna let him auto and decide on his own what he's gonna do. Adelard, why'd you have to do that? See, and if Medina would have hit the Cosmo Plume on Golem, he would have ice resistance down even further than what he would. Oh geez, yeah, they just misused all their AP, so that's just terrible. And it looks like Howlet here still has AP to spare. Oh, he did, I'm just gonna auto the rest. He did use the bell, so that would explain that. Man, oh man. So, okay, disable Medina's limit burst. As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna have to do it. So I'll just go to try again later. And then I want to switch Garvel and Adelard. Disable her limit burst. Can I do it from here? Yes. Yeah, I'll just turn it off. Because even if I change it for multi, I'll want to use it in multi. So let me double check that that's saved. Okay. And then I'll give it one more shot as auto, and then I'll do it as manual. So basically, with the resistance break, Imperil, resistance break, both would help. Both would help the whole team for them to use. So it's sort of a matter of which one is more effective. I think it's a 40% reduction from Imperil. I don't know how much it is for resistance break. So it looks like Garvel is going up top and Adelard is coming down here to the bottom. So it's going to be a matter of whether he continues to use Imperil over and over again, or if he decides to also use resistance break, in which case he can actually do a ton of damage. But that one ended before he could go again, so we'll have to test on a fresh level. Okay, so we're at level 58, level 59 now. I think we're still kind of cruising though, even with this weird auto deciding not to cooperate. But if we can get Adelard here to start using resistance break, that will put us in good shape. And if Medina doesn't auto cast Cosmo Plume, she'll be able to save a lot more AP, still be able to do flares and whatnot. As much as I don't want to disable the LB, I had to do it.
Don't think poorly of me. Teach you a lesson.
Oh, he's using a detonation blast for one guy. That's annoying. So the Imperil already helping. And again, I'm not sure if Flare really gets affected by the Imperil, but whatever helps. Please, Adelard, use resistance break. Please, please, please. Nope, he's gonna Imperil the Elemental. You're terrible, dude. You're terrible. I'm gonna... I want to take control back. Alright, so... we're left with Blizzard. I doubt he's weak to poison, so... I don't think the Drain is gonna do much more. Howlet's gonna do the right move on auto, so I'll just let him. And then the only thing is to resistance break if I have it. Yeah, he's gonna... He has... Looks like he wants to use Imperil more than anything else. I wish you could like set how many uses each ability gets. But I think after this, after he does the Imperil, I think an auto is fine. So maybe... I mean the resistance break. So maybe set up the Imperil, then the resistance break. See, Medina's doing much more damage. And then kind of let them go off. But then Adelard doesn't really have that much AP, it looks like. Look how close we're getting. Oh, Medina with the physical attack. And now he uses resistance break. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, so I don't know. I'm doing this manual. I'm just doing this manually. Embark. This is the second one, right? Oh yeah, I don't know the answer yet, so let me stop that. Yeah, it's the second one. Okay. So I'll let him do that, and then next run I'll just do manually. Hopefully I can stay in that like 7-turn range, and that'll get me to level 60, level 65, something like that. Or at least maybe it'll get us through all our current stack of encounters. And then we'll have like, I guess 2 extra energy for once we start one-shotting or 2-shotting. So actually no, I only have 1 thing of energy left. And so I will do this manually. Alright, so Medina, start off with the flare. I think she's better off flaring than Cosmo Pluming. Could use Drain Evocation. Actually, I don't think Howlet will run out of AP. I could be wrong though. So, maybe I can set up the resistance break and then let him go on auto. I'm kind of afraid to do that, but maybe if I keep him as far to the right, to the lower right here as possible, then maybe he won't decide to go after the elementals. So I did Arrow Gut Blade already. I want to use... No, I did... Okay, I did Drain Evocation already, so I want to use Arrow Gut Blade. So he's doing 9,000 damage. That is amazing. Okay, so now just Resistance Break. And of course that's a 2. It's basically a piercing attack, a normal piercing attack. So look at that. That is ridiculous damage. That is a perfect lineup right there. Ridiculous damage again. Yeah, Adelard, you are very useful right now. Incredible. Amazing. Spectacular. I want to hug you. Alright, so now everybody's sort of within his AoE range. So maybe I'll do this. No, I won't do that. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that, and then maybe refresh the Imperil. And then after that, I think we're pretty much golden.
How about this?
Go with the Aroga Blade. And we are so close. I think Medina will do it. And we are within 7 turns, 6 turns. So, Resistance Break seems to be the key here. On top of the Imperil. They're both really good. So, if we could get both of those in, every game, every run, that would be the most optimal thing. So right now, this time I want to try to see if I could do the Resistance Break first, and then the Imperil, and then maybe see before the Imperil, maybe see if he wants to do it on his own on auto. But I think that might be a good one. If I could get him to do on auto both of those attacks, we would be in business.
So you really
I don't think Medina has Imperil, sadly. But if I had like Queen Helena, oh my god, that would be amazing. Because she definitely has Imperil. She is wind. And she would just be awesome. Alright, so it looks like I can't line up the resistance break. So I'll just do this manually. I think that's probably the best thing I can do.
I won't hold back.
And even still, like, another thing I can see for improvement is to not attack with Garvel's strongest attack right away. And just wait for the Imperil, wait for the resistance break. And you can say the same for Medina as well. So I think I'll do that next run. And I'll see if I end up with a higher actions left count at the end as a result. Because I think that's probably, that would be very super helpful.
How do you like
Yeah, so look at how hard that flare hit. So next time I'm definitely starting with a blizzard just to save some AP, and then save the flare, and then the flare will do more damage. That first flare will do more damage.
Can you endure this?
It looks like Howlet is good on AP as long as he... Well, no, maybe not, actually. So I could just jamming thrust here. And yeah, I guess, yeah, actually Howlet should be good because he's almost dead. He, as in Golem, is almost dead.
How about this?
But maybe in later levels, I'll have to make sure to use Bell's first turn and then start attacking.
Well, I
So yeah, 6 again. So that's looking pretty good. That should definitely take us pretty high up. Two more encounters after this one. And so the only difference we're going to do here is save Garvel's strongest attack. Just use like his cheapest attack on the first turn or two, and then start wailing. So I think there's going to come a point where
So you really intend to
Golem is going to move first. And at that point, it might be easier to do the resistance break. Howlet here can start off with the Train Invocation. That's fine because that's giving him the piercing rate and the magic up. Adelard's gonna Imperil.
Don't think poorly of me.
And let's see if we could do Chi Shot.
How about this?
And now that the Imperil's underway, now, well, I'm not sure if the flare is gonna do more damage, but let's try a Blizzard is 3900. Let's try Blizzaga. Wait, is there someone there? That doesn't make sense. That was weird. Alright, so let's try that Blizzaga, and I think that should kill. And then Howlet just Arrow Blades. He's doing extreme amounts of damage. And then Adelard can resistance break. Maybe back up by 1. Chill there for a bit.
How do you like this?
And now Medina can, and you know, Garble can do some ridiculous ass attacks over here. Detonation Blast. So they're about the same. So I'll stick with Detonation Blast just because it's cheaper. And now I'll start the flares. Howlet doing his thing normally. 9999. So I'm thinking back to the critical hit vision card. It looks like that was a critical hit. But it looks like he has been critical hitting plenty. I just don't know if that's been helping anyone else. Wait, that was a good lineup. Let's do that. So that's another 7,000. Here comes the Imperil again. It looks like we might actually take an extra turn. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll be the same. So that critted again. And that critted. So the critical hit is helping. So I'm just contemplating just changing it to Twin-Headed Dragon or the magic card, the Mind Flayer. I might try that actually. Maybe if I take off the Chocobo card, maybe I'll lower speed enough that Golem will go first. And he'll get into resistance break range. And I think that would be better than doing the Imperil first. I don't know for sure. Wait, let me change the vision cards from here. And I think changing this to Mind Flayer would actually give him more magic. Yeah, so let's do that. And let's run with that. So level 63, that's not bad. I think once you hit like level 70, I think that's kind of smooth sailing, especially like now we're on day 2 and we're approaching 70. So I think that's actually really good. Then by the time I hit level 100, I'll have time to just play at my leisure. Alright, so Drain Evocation. That's been working. Looks like it didn't affect the speed much. But I may be able to take less turns. I'm not entirely sure. So, I mean, it looks like also the using of the stronger attacks versus the weaker attacks at first doesn't really make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and just flare with Medina. I'm going to use Detonation Blast with... Or maybe I'll actually use Blizzaga again. I don't know why it's aiming on that spot if this spot is clearly way better. Right? Am I missing something? I don't know. Alright, so Aeroga Blade. There we go. He is hitting over 10,000. 5,500 for Medina. Okay, so we are in resistance break range. And I think it's time to lay the smackdown, if you will. So I don't want to use that. I'll use Detonation Blast. 8,000 critical. Not bad. Flare. That should be another 8,000. Aeroga Blade. This seems like a very easy manual because I'm kind of just picking the attack. I'm not necessarily moving to a specific position. Like, I don't have to get behind him to generate more AP or anything like that, so it's sort of working pretty well. Alright, I'm gonna Imperil just to get an elemental also. And Detonation Blast. Oh, I probably didn't need the Imperil. So that Imperil could have been a jamming thrust, perhaps.
How do you like this?
And then Howlet should get the kill here, I think. Yeah. So actually that damage up card, the Mind Flayer, that actually helped. So that is good to know. and we're gonna keep going on. Do we have one more, or do we have to refresh our encounters? 64 would be an awesome number to end up on, but no. So I'm just gonna skip. I'm just gonna do this off camera. I'll raise the encounters, and I'll probably just actually haven't done my hard quest yet, but I do want to work on getting those FFBE medals. So I'll be back in 1 second.